6:48, welcome back to the Valley today. Bison senior quarterback Carson Wentz is getting some major national attention. Yesterday, he was named as a contender for the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, which is given to the country's top college quarterback. Wentz, the only FCS player to make the 30-player finalist list.
Hi again, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Bedeau here with Kyle Bosch. 11 minutes before 7 o'clock, and we're starting our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. We start now with breaking news. Drunk driving charges are pending against a man who flipped his pickup in West Fargo early this morning. Police say 24-year-old Bradley Ogle hit a concrete road divider in a construction area on Main Avenue in West Fargo around 2:30 a.m.
His pickup rolled over and stopped on its side. Now, Ogle was the only one in the vehicle and was able to get out on his own, but he was taken to the hospital for serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Police say that charges of driving under the influence and driving under revocation have been forwarded to the West Fargo City Attorney's Office. Well, we are coming up on 6:51, a little bit early, but we'll get started with weather and traffic on the ones with meteorologist Mick Kerr.
Thank you, and it looks good. We do see a lot of sunshine for some, a lot of fog for others. Patchy, very dense fog, lakes area of Minnesota, down here in the Oaks and Ellendale area up along the James River Valley, from Harvey, Candu, Devil's Lake up into the Langdon area, and parts of northwest Minnesota. So every quadrant of our valley is experiencing the potential for some very dense fog. Not everybody has it. So just give yourself extra time. You'll maybe need it. If not, hey, you might be early for a change. Northwest Minnesota by about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. Actually, from Winnipeg down through Thief River, back through the Grand Forks area, yes, we will see some shower thunderstorm potential develop. Some of those could be isolated. Some could be very strong to severe this afternoon and evening by 8 o'clock. Hopefully they're pushed through and out of here, and Friday evening is quiet, but they could linger here in west central Minnesota into the evening and overnight. So by 5 o'clock, a few storms possible. 3 to 4, not so much, but 83 to 84, the likely top temperature in the southern valley today. West central Minnesota, Fester's looking good there, about 80, warm and muggy, with a few evening storms dotting the horizon. Maybe they'll miss you. Or maybe not. So just plan for those. Sunny, muggy, and warm by 5 o'clock, northwest Minnesota, and a couple of storms moving out of northeast North Dakota into northwest Minnesota about then. Should be, we've got some storm chances for northeast North Dakota, but I think timing will be in your favor. They'll form by the time they cross the Red River into northwest Minnesota. So plan for, being outdoors, I guess. There's a pretty clear sky for most everybody, and again, patchy, very dense fog in some locations. Temperatures 65 in Bemidji, 57 in Oaks and Valley City. Grand Forks has 57. The air is calm. Fargo-Moorhead, the sun is up. The sky is looking good. We're at 59 and a west breeze at 6. Let's get a traffic update now. Here's Al Ahmed.
Traffic looking pretty darn good this morning, too, Mick. I'm northbound on Interstate 29. Really nice to have that northbound I-29 roadwork finished up. Traffic's flowing through here very, very nice. Southbound Interstate 29, fairly active. Northbound 29, by the way, pretty thick traffic. Southbound Interstate 29, fairly active as well. Westbound Interstate 94, really quite busy. Travel speeds out here on 29, they're basically 55 to around 60. Interstate 94 traffic tends to be a little faster, 60 to 65. Things are looking really great out here. Drive carefully today. Al Ahmed Valley today's traffic.
It's now 8 minutes before 7 o'clock. Big rain, deep trouble all around the Fargo-Moorhead area last night. More than 2 inches in an hour filled streets and underpasses with water quickly.
On 32nd Avenue South, some drivers tried to step on it and get through the waterlogged streets. A few worked, a few others, not so much.
It's going through the water and it just stalled. I'm assuming that the water got into the spark plugs or into the exhaust.
Was it deep?
It was.
Yeah, it's always deep right there.
Always. It's always up to about my knee level there.
I know when I was driving in this morning, and we did talk to police as well, they say that a lot of the standing water and problem spots have disappeared, but they are urging drivers to keep an eye out as they make their way to work this morning.
A lot of traffic came to a standstill at the height of last night's downpour. That was the case At the University Drive and I-94 underpass, unfortunately, one driver did not stop and rear-ended a car that had stopped because of a flooded underpass. No one was seriously hurt.
Big changes and big growth could soon have you paying a little bit more if you live in Moorhead. School officials say they need to keep pace with skyrocketing enrollment, and so they want to add on to the middle school, build a new elementary school, and upgrade and renovate existing buildings. The changes would cost taxpayers about $78 million. That means the owner of a $155,000 house would pay about $100 more in taxes every year. The plan will head to the school board on Monday. If it's approved, it would be put on the ballot in November.
Clay County commissioners say the debate over whether or not to build a new jail is over. They plan to move forward on the new project as soon as next week. Right now, the county is shipping more than 40 inmates a day to other jails because there's no space in Moorhead. There are two funding options on the table to finance the new jail: increasing property taxes in the county or holding a referendum to approve a sales tax increase. Fargo police are running a training session today at Davies High School that's designed to look like the real thing. It's an active shooter training from 1 to 4 p.m.
Yeah, the exercise will include setting up a perimeter outside of the school and a full-scale response inside. And the public is asked to avoid the area from 1 to 4 if possible. We also want to give you a heads up that the Davies recreational pool will be closed from 1 to 5 in the afternoon because of this training exercise.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 26-year-old Aaron Bellinger is wanted for probation violation and possession of a controlled substance in a correctional facility. His picture's on your TV screen right now. Call police if you have any information as to where he is. Attorneys for the death row inmate who killed UND student Drew Shadeen want a federal judge to close portions of an evidence-related hearing next month.
Attorneys for Alfonso Rodriguez Jr. claim he is not mentally competent to face the death penalty and have been trying to get that thrown out. Now, we don't know the reason for the request to close part of the hearing because the motion requesting it has been sealed. An appeals court has upheld the conviction and sentencing of a St. Michael, North Dakota man for the deaths of 2 children.
In 2012, Valentino Bagola was found guilty of stabbing 9-year-old Destiny Shaw and 6-year-old Travis DuBois Jr. on the Spirit Lake Reservation. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences. Authorities say Bagola killed the children after he sexually assaulted the girl. In a confession, he said it's because he was angry at the children's father but couldn't find him.
A department chair at UND School of Medicine is facing child pornography charges. The Grand Forks Police Department says they were tipped off by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and an investigation revealed IP addresses allegedly associated to Robert Beatty were involved. He has now been arrested for possession and disseminating child pornography. Beatty is the department chair for the Family and Community Medicine Department. Well, it's about the last month of summer, and that means there are plenty of fresh veggies in the garden, and of course, they don't last forever.
But we do have a few ways that you can enjoy your harvest all year long. Valley News Team's Macy Anker is at NDSU with some advice. Good morning, Macy.
Good morning, Lisa and Kyle. Yeah, we've been talking about canning all throughout the morning, and if you're familiar with canning, this is what you typically would use to can your veggies and fruit. But NDSU's Extension Office, Julie Garden Robinson, I should remember your name, is here with us to show us just some other ways that you can pressurize your canning.
Well, here we have an electric water bath canner, which is a little different, maybe a little easier. It's easier to drain. It is much more expensive than the graniteware device. This is probably in the range of $150 versus maybe $50 for the graniteware.
And we have this smaller one over here. Looks like it'll fit in your pantry.
Yeah, this is a jelly maker. You have to follow their formulations, but it stirs it for you, heats it to the proper temperature. Again, it's about $150. So if you're a hobby canner and you have a little extra money, you might have fun with this device.
And this last one here looks impressive.
This is an automatic canner. It's about $300. And kind of fun. We've played around with it a little bit, but this one you have to use the recipes that are provided on the website and follow those very closely. Otherwise you won't have a safe product. So, and you can only can about 4 pints at a time or 6 half pints. But again, a fun device if you have some extra money and you want to try something kind of fun in your kitchen.
Yeah, all really cool devices to learn about. And Lisa and Kyle, we've been talking all morning, and if you missed any of our segments, we have pamphlets from NDSU Extension Center. These are all online, so you can get them. We'll put them on our website, valleynewslive.com. And Lisa and Kyle, we still have some salsa left here, so we'll make sure we bring you back some.
That makes me want to learn how to can.
Exactly.
And take care of my garden vegetables. Macy Enger reporting live for us and making us very hungry as well this morning. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, what is the #1 cause of stress during a vacation?
The answer, money. Overspending. If you want to take part in our question in the morning, just head to our Valley News Live Facebook page. Some big rains last night. We talked about that, Mick, and maybe some more on the way later this evening.
Yes, 2 1/4 inches of rain in less than an hour. That'll cause flooding with all the concrete in the urban Fargo-Moorhead area. Here's where the showers are now. They're out in southwest North Dakota. By the time we get to about 80 to 85 this afternoon, those will cook up to some thunderstorms. So watch out for all of that. Otherwise, enjoy. It's Friday.
We will, for sure.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Okay.
Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. More local news and weather for you right here in just 25 minutes.
Have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you Monday morning.